Hey, hello guys. Welcome back to another exciting lecture program of Career Advice. So, how are you all? And let me know in the comment section whether you are learning something new out of our series or not. So, today we are going to speak about technical master data of SAP ISU FICA, which is nothing but the price, installation, and move-in process of contracts, etc. So before we start, again the same, please do like, subscribe और share कर दो and comment कर दो यार. It might help others and help you as well. Thank you. Let's start.
Okay. So last time we discussed about the BMD and TMD. We created a move-in and the contract get created. Today we are going to do a move out, because move out means we are disconnecting the BMD and TMD and the agreement get ends, right? So you can see here the move-in and move-out allocation of contract to the installation. That means the installation of the technical data is constant kind of. So that is there because the asset is there, the premise is there, the connection object is there. So that would be there. Similarly, the contract version may get changed. Let's consider one tenant was there in the premise and he left the premise and a new tenant come there. So from utility perspective, the contract gets changed because the contract one was with customer one. Now the contract two will be with customer two. And in that manner, we need to move out the previous customer. That means we need to end the contract or agreement with the customer one and we'll create a new agreement with customer two. So this ending of contract or ending of agreement is called move out. And as we last time discussed, introducing of the customer to the technical data is known as move-in. Okay, so it means there may be multiple contracts for a single installation, but for different time intervals. So for a particular time interval, there would be a contract one. For another time interval, there would be contract two, or maybe for different time intervals, there would be different contracts, contract 3, 4, like that. Okay, so now what exactly happening here? The move-in master data, when we create it creates a move-in and the installation and the business master data get connected. Okay, but when we do a move out, this link need to be removed and the link between the business master data and technical master data will be removed. So it means what are the processes we need to follow? The processes are simple. The first process is we should get a customer report for move out. Like we'll get a call or from the business partner or from a company, from the utility company, that we need to move out this customer from that premise or from that installation. Once we get that, we need to get a confirmation. The confirmation is done. So what we need to do, we stop the contract. But when we stop the contract, we need to take the final meter reading. Why to take the final meter reading? Because till the date of move out, what is the consumption happen for that particular customer, we need to capture that. And based on that, we need to create a final bill. So final bill we need to create. Then we need to send a confirmation letter to the customer that move out is confirmed. Now the move out will be happen at your end. So the move out process will be completed. If there is any budget billing procedures, we need to end that budget billing procedure as well before the final. Okay. So any other questions on this process of move out? No. So if the move out will happen, there may be 2-3 field work need to be done. Okay. So at the field level, what we need to do, once we get the confirmation from the company, so the person who is working at the field, he'll go to the customer's end. Okay, and for that he need the address, confirm the address, and based on the determination of the date, he'll go there and disconnect the service cables, remove the meters by taking the final meter reading. So those stuff are there. But if there is a deregulated system, and so what happened that when there will be any move out happen, the field person need to get the actual address, the actual date, and go to the site, deactivate the installation, and remove the meter if required. But in case of deregulated site, what the customer do, the customer move from one supply to another supply. In that case, they put a they left the device and they just disconnect from the previous suppliers and reconnect to the new suppliers. Okay, so all these things are done under work management. Once the move out happen, the customer is moved out from the premise, but the technical data would be there, and the connection between the business master data and technical master data is disconnected, so there is no link between that. Okay, so let's go and check how to do the move out. Okay, so yesterday we created one data. Okay, I can't recollect the. Yeah. Yeah. So yesterday we create a data with 520 business partners. Let's check that data first. Okay, so now you can see here the installation is there and it already have a contract. Okay, so if we go to the installation label, you can see we have everything is contact intact. Intact means the contract is there, the business partner is there, and they are connected with the technical data, right? So to do a move out, we need to go to the T code. Okay, let's go to the T code of ES EC 55E. Okay, this is the screen for move out, and the similar things we need to put. We need to put a move out date, and the contract account means the business master data, one of the data from the business master data and one of the data from the technical master data, right? Is it possible to move out on the same day on which day we do a move in? So the answer is yes. We can do a move out on the same day when we do a move out, move in as well. But there is a catch. If there is a device installed at the site, you cannot do that on the same date. If there is a device, you have to do the move out after 1 day because the device cannot be removed on the same day. Okay, so I will take a date of 2nd of January because we moved in on 1st of January. So 2nd of January 2023. And then we'll put all the details of. So from here, I'll take the business partner. And from technical perspective, I'll take the premise. Okay, just press enter. Okay, no schedule record can be determined for the meter reading MRU up to 1/2023. Okay, so there is a different issue here. Okay, let's resolve that. So this is the MRU. MRU actually linked to the scheduling, which is linked to our billing process, and that billing process need to be done when we do a move out. So that would call the final billing. Now, as the scheduling is not there, so it is saying that there is no scheduling for MRU. MRU is meter reading unit. So meter reading unit is a logical unit for the installations whose meter reading is taken on a particular date, right? So let's consider there are 5 houses and all the 5 houses meter reading is taken on the same date. So for them, there will be single MRU. Okay, it's a logical grouping. And rate category is the core of our billing engine. So rate category holds many stuff, like rate category holds the schema, and schema holds the rates, and rates holds the rate steps. Now, in rate steps, we have 2 major stuff, which is directly linked to FICA. Okay, so if we'll go to the schema level, okay, let's go to the rate steps level again. So you can see here DST, CST. So DST your debit sub transaction or sub ledger, CST your credit sub transaction. We already discussed in our first class and second class that this all SAP ISU contract accounting is based on the sub ledgers. Now sub ledgers link to the sub transactions. So if there will be any transactions will happen, it will hit to this sub ledger MI0102 for credit, and for debit M001. Now that's how the calculation is going into the ledger. Ledger means book, as I mentioned previously. And similarly for budget billing, we have budget billing debit and budget billing credit. Okay, so that's how it is integrated to the FICA end. Now we are doing a move out, and for move out we don't have the scheduling period. For that, let's go to do some scheduling. So let's go to the EG access. In EG access, you have utility industry. Under utility industry, you have device management. Under device management, we have meter reading. Okay. So these are the device installation. Under scheduling. Okay. Under scheduling, we can do the schedule records. So schedule records. Create. So I'm going to create for both portion and MRU. So meter reading unit is here MRU. MRU name is MRU. Okay, this execute. Okay, it is saying that first we need to create the portion. Portion is a logical unit for which the bills are generated on the same time. Like as I mentioned, for MRU, the meter readings are taken on the same schedule date. But for portions, let it be there are 2 MRUs, MRU1 and MRU2, and both are both both are linked to a single portion. In that case, both invoicings are generating on the same date. Okay, so let's do them. Okay, so now the meter reading units are, oh, for MR unit it is not get generated. Now everything is done. The schedules are getting created. Now we can go to do the move out. Okay. Now you can see I entered into the move out screen. Okay. So here you can see all the details. Again, it will show all the details, whether it's correct or not. So determination of the address. Then you can put any move in region, but I'm not just putting anything. If it will ask, I'll put that. And finally, just save this. We don't have any device. That's how we'll not need to put the final meter reading. If we install a device, we need to put the final meter reading as well. Okay. So now if I'll refresh this screen, what will happen? Refresh means it will remove the contract, it will remove the business partner from the installation. Okay, let's check. So let me show you. Now the installation, you can see there are no contract, no business partner. Okay, so that's how the move out is completed, and we're disconnecting uh, the technical data from the business master data. Okay, so if I'll find again, sorry. Now you can see you have a business partner, you have a contract account, and you have a contract, but that contract is not linked to any of the technical data. Okay, so now you understand what is the move out. Okay, let's move to the next phase. Why we did a moving? Because we created a contract. Okay, now what is the objective of creating a contract? Right. So the objective is we need to do the billing to the customer. So what are the steps to do the billing to the customer? So for that, we need to understand the billing processes, how the billing process is happening. Okay. So our target is to do the billing process, understand the billing process. The next page is billing process. Okay. So this is the billing process, mostly defined by the SAP system. Okay. So we called it metering to cash process. And this metering to cash is linked to all the modules in SAP ISU. So metering means like we did a move-in, we created the master data structure, then we install a device. Once we install a device, the first objective is to capture the reading. Okay, now how to capture the meter reading? To capture a meter reading, we need to schedule a duration. Okay, so that's most important thing, scheduling a duration. That means whether we'll capture monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, half yearly or yearly, that we need to define, and that need to be defined and linked to the MRU. Okay, so the metering objective is to capture the metering. Metering means metering data, and before that we need to link that to a schedule. Apart from scheduling, we need to link that to an address as well. So from which address we need to capture the meter reading. So that is called a street routing. So if you recollect the ISU house, that's a street. Now that street routing need to be linked to the device, and from there we can understand from that address on this date we need to get the meter reading, whether it's monthly or bi-monthly. So for that period we will capture the meter reading from that site. So that's how the scheduling and street routing need to be linked to the meter. And once we understand on which date we need to capture the meter reading, then we go and capture the meter reading. Okay, so to understand the scheduling on which date we need to capture the meter reading, we generate the meter reading order. Once the meter reading order gets generated, we go to the site, okay, and we perform a meter reading. Once we perform the meter reading, we'll upload into the system. Once we'll upload into system, that billing order now converted into, that meter reading order now converted into bill order. But bill order means the consumption is already happened. We need to generate the bill, and that bill need to be calculated based on the logics. Those logics are where? In the rate category. So those logics linked to the fees charges to the customer, which is agreed at the agreement level of contract. And that will give you a invoice document, and that invoice document need to be printed and sent to the customer. Okay, print and issue to the customer. Once the customer get that invoice, they have to pay that, because now we have open items. That open items need to be closed, and those things need to be closed at the contract account receivable end. Now, contract account receivable, once it will get the money against the open items, it will close those open items. If it is not closed, they will raise as non-paying customer, and they'll raise, as I mentioned, dunning processes, other processes, and they'll send those details to the customer, and also they'll maintain the credit details of the customer, and they generate all these reports sent to the customer services. Customer services people, when they will get the queries, or if the non-payment is happened, they will follow up with the customer to get the fund. Okay, and if there is any issue, any maintenance, they also follow for the work order and maintenance. So their job is satisfying the customer request. Whatever request they will get, they will capture all the information from all these three modules and send to the customer. Once that is done, okay, for marketing and enhancing your business, it need to be integrated with the CRM part. And for